Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops.
That's actually, I want to see that fight.
Now,
that's actually,
there's a lot of good fights.
Yeah, that's actually his toughest opponent. Tougher than
Terrence Crawford?
Yeah, tougher than Victor Postal.
What about Gamboa? That was
no, that Gamboa is too small. He's actually a 120.
So you think
Felix Diaz is a legitimate 140-pound fighter, 147-pound fighter. And
he did fight at 47, didn't he?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
He's short though, but yeah.
But he's still a legit at the weight.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what I'm saying about Pacquiao coming up from 106. It's the same thing with
Gamboa.
He's even though he was a star, he was an Olympian. When you come from 126, Terrence Crawford never even fought at 126. So it's not a fair fight, no matter how good Gamboa is, because he's not legit at that weight. You know what I'm saying? Now, say Terrence Crawford started out at, 130, then it would have been decently better. But Terrence Crawford been fighting at that weight. It's not fair. He was gonna fuck him up anyway. But Felix Diaz, that's gonna be his toughest scrap.
Why you say that?
Because he's legit at the weight. He's legitly at the weight. Felix Diaz got experience. He can scrap. He know how to switch up the game plans for the fighters. Terrence Crawford gonna do his thing. No, that's gonna bring out the best in Terrence.
So your prediction?
My prediction is Terrence Crawford.
UD, split decision, knockout?
I don't know.
If he knocks him out, what is your opinion? Because that'd be 2 gold medalists that he knocked out if he does.
He's the truth. But Terrence Crawford is always the truth. I just wanted him to fight somebody. And once he start fighting motherfuckers and start beating their asses, I already knew what it was. So it is what it is. I already knew he was good.
What about when Terrence Crawford win and if he moves up to 47?
I just want to spar him because I want to see how good he is, and I just want to learn. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'll be saying I want to spar these guys. You know what I'm saying? It helps you reach a certain peak.
What about if he moves to 47, like in the next year and a half?
He got the height. He'll be good. He got the height. He'll be good.
So he can fill out his frame?
Yeah, he can fill out his frame. He got the height, so he'll be good. You know what I mean?
Now,
47, he's gonna be one of the best.
Would you put Terrence Crawford on a top 10 pound for pound list at this point?
Yes, I would. He's undefeated. He hasn't lost.
So why would you put him there?
He's undefeated. He hasn't lost. He's came up in weight. He's fought some good opponents. Especially after this Felix Diaz
Okay, so
fight.
who would you rank higher, Lomachenko or Terrence Crawford?
Clearly. Terrence Crawford.
HBO says Lomachenko.
Lomachenko is up there though, due to his experience and how he's done it in a short time.
So if you
but at the same time he did lose against Toledo, so. But he's still up there, but...
So Lomachenko's pound for pound worthy, but you would put Terrence Crawford higher?
He's top 20 pound for pound worthy, not top 10.
What about Chocolatito?
Chocolatito is not worthy. He just lost his last fight, got his ass beat. His fight before that, he got his ass beat. Pound for pound means the way you fight. See, people don't understand what pound for pound. Let's talk about that. Pause. Pound for pound means the way you fight, no matter what size you are, you can beat anybody. The way Chocolatito fight, he will get fucking demolished against any other fighter because he doesn't have any fucking defense. He just throws a lot of punches and comes forward. He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get stopped. He had problems with the Thailand guy, the guy from Thailand, a Thai fighter. You can't be pound for pound with no defense. You can't. It's not me hating on Chocolatito. It's not me hating on Chocolatito. It's not me hating on Chocolatito. You don't have the defense. You can't be on pound for pound because pound for pound means the way I fight, if I was a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, a bantamweight, your mama weight, I would beat anybody. He won't beat anybody the way he fight. Lomachenko would destroy Chocolatito to the point where Chocolatito would literally have to retire because of the ass whooping he would take. It wouldn't even be fair. Rigo would destroy him.
What about Donaire when he was coming up? Nonito Donaire, because
Donaire was the truth.
When he was coming up with Vic Darcinian and stuff?
Yeah,
you think he would beat Chocolatito?
He would knock Chocolatito all the way out. That's tailor-made for...
All the way out, not halfway out?
Not halfway out, all the way sleep. The way Chocolatito fight is tailor-made for Donaire.
That left hook?
The left or the right. He has smoke, and if you come to him, he's gonna bust your pack immediately. And we're gonna be eating them eggs sunny side up, how we like them.
Now Lomachenko, he's kind of running out of options. He's not even losing rounds in some of his recent fights. They're talking about him moving up to 35 and maybe fighting like a Terry Flanagan and then fighting a Mikey Garcia. Lomachenko, Mikey Garcia at 135. What are your thoughts?
I need to see, because it's going to be hard to keep Mikey Garcia. You know what? I'm going to go with Mikey Garcia. You know why? Everybody listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to go with Mikey Garcia because Mikey Garcia is big, and if Lomachenko had problems with Salido at the weight he was at, going up fighting the same type of fighter with the hardest Mikey Garcia punches, gotta go with Mikey Garcia. That's has nothing to do with me hating on Lomachenko.
Mikey's more methodical and technical than Salido.
Yeah, he's more basic, but it's the same style. It's the same style, Harp, and he's bigger. He would beat Lomachenko because he's gonna have problems with that style. Even I seen it in spurts with Jason Sosa. But Jason Sosa would get off his punches, Lomachenko would just go back and freeze at moments. You gotta understand that as a boxer. But the fans are not gonna understand that who have never been in there before. It's just certain spots that Sosa was getting with him. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, he had a nasty body shot in the early rounds.
Yeah,
that back Loma off.
Yeah, it did. And listening to what Brandon Rios and listening to what Madonna said about Mikey Garcia's power, and those are bigger guys, he's gonna hurt Lomachenko.
Yeah, he said that. Brandon Rios said he never been punched as hard as Mikey Garcia punched. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, he delivers good, accurate punches.
You see his last knockout?
I did.
What happened to Dejan Zlaticanin?
He went to Benihana's. You ever been to Benihana?
Yeah.
They chopped the steak up and they put garlic butter on it. And that's what he got. He had garlic butter all in his booty. It was sad. I seen it. If you ever you don't ever want garlic butter in your booty. That's bad. He was fucking sleeping there.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, Jermell Charlo knocking out Charles Hatley, David Lemieux knocking out Curtis Stevens, or Mikey Garcia knocking out Dejan Zlaticanin. What is the Troy King garlic butter knockout of the year so far? We still got Klitschko, Joshua. We might see one there, so we don't know what's gonna happen. But as of right now, out of those fights,
I'm gonna go with Curtis. You my man. I fucks with you. I'm gonna go with that one because the fight was competitive. That's why.
Yeah, and it was out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was out of nowhere. It was competitive. Them other fights, I knew Mike Garcia was gonna knock dude out. What was the other one?
The Charles Hatley.
I knew that was gonna happen. I told my man Aaron Hatley was gonna get stopped. The Curtis Stevenson was the best one to me.
So David Lemieux got it
because the fight was competitive.
David Lemieux got official smoke.
The official garlic butter of the year, as of right now. But if Deontay Wilder fight somebody, he's automatically gonna get it. I heard he's supposed to be fighting Bermain, so I don't think he's gonna knock Bermain out this time. I don't think he's gonna be hurting him as bad.
You think Bermain will be better this fight?
I think Bermain will be better because the last fight he had Rondo.
Now, another fight that I'm looking forward to, May 27th. It'll be on Showtime. It'll be on Sky Sports in the UK. And that's Errol Spence Jr., Errol the Truth Spence, going over to the UK to fight against Kell Brook, IBF champion. Who you picking? Well, I know who you're picking. You told me who you're picking unless it's changed. So, who are you picking for the new viewers and why?
I'm gonna have to change my pick to Errol.
Why is it Errol now?
I can't disclose the information that I have, but I might pick Errol. But it could still be a tough fight.
What makes it tough for either?
Because it's tough because Errol, this is the best fighter he fought at the welterweight division, and also if he beat him, pretty much he can probably beat anybody at welterweight.
So do you think this particular matchup is the hardest matchup for each person at the welterweight division? Like, so is there anyone else
fighting Keith Thurman?
You think Keith Thurman is a harder matchup for Kell Brook than Errol Spence is?
Keith Thurman is a harder matchup for Kell. Yes, I do, because Keith Thurman got more experience fighting better competition.
And you think Errol Spence, if he were to fight Keith Thurman, that would be a more difficult fight than Kell Brook?
Yes. Keith Thurman is the hardest fight for any one of them, because he's actually getting better. Keith Thurman is getting better. He's still showing room for improvement every fight. In his last fight against Danny Garcia, he was pretty fucking sharp in there. He had a great game plan. Or the other fighter, the wild card fighter in that is my man Lamont Peterson. Hard fight for anybody.
What about Lucas Matisse? He just came up. Do you think he can bounce back in this new division?
Nope.
Why? He's fighting on the Canelo Chavez undercard.
At what weight?
He's moving to welter.
Yeah, that might have been a problem for him making that 40. Who he fighting?
He's fighting against the guy Broner fought in Cincinnati, Emmanuel Taylor. Kareem fought him too.
Oh, Emmanuel Taylor? That's a tough fight. But I don't know, because the way Emmanuel Taylor fight.
And Emmanuel Taylor, I don't know if he's fought at 47.
Yeah, but he's better at 47 because he had trouble. That's one of the reasons why. Yeah, that before he been at 40 for a long time. I don't know. Just don't be in a high guard early against Lucas Matisse because he gonna hit you hard as fuck.
Tim Bradley said he was the hardest puncher that he in sparring. Yeah, he said harder than Ruslan and Pacquiao, and he said it was
them motherfuckers, them Argentinians, be hit hard. And
so do you think he could bounce back at welterweight? Like besides the Taylor, you think Lucas Matisse could he beat Danny Garcia in the rematch at 47? Could he beat Amir Khan?
No, he would have to fight different.
To beat Danny?
Yeah, you can't come to Danny Garcia. You can't come towards him and think you're gonna beat him because he gonna box the shit out of you and be hitting you with shit. You gotta box him.
What about Lamont Peterson rematch?
Against who?
Matisse. A rematch. At 47.
At 47. I will go with Lamont because he'll learn from his mistakes on the first one and box him early and then come on in the second half.
Keith Thurman versus Matisse.
Keith Thurman. Matisse is too small. Too small. Diego Chavez.
What about Terrence Crawford, Matisse?
Terrence Crawford. Because he's going to box you and stay away from the power. I want to see Diego Chavez fight somebody.
He deserves a fight.
He deserves.
What about Jesse Vargas, Diego Chavez?
That's a good fight.
That's a scrap.
I'm going with Diego Chavez.
Where is Diego Chavez? Where's he been?
Shit, motherfuckers don't want to fight him. Shit. Motherfucker can scrap, man. He got every. What
about Broner versus Diego Chavez?
That's a good fight, and that will be Broner's toughest competition. And he might fuck around. I fucks with Broner, but he will have to be on his A game with Diego Chavez.
Because he can box and brawl too.
He could box and he could fight on the inside. He would literally have to be on his A.
How did Tim Bradley's eye look when he fought him?
Like this. With a little strap hanging off of it. Stupid. And he gave Tim Bradley every part of the work he wanted. Inside, outside.
What about Diego Chavez, Brandon Rios? Who'd you have winning? Because he got disqualified.
Clearly I had Diego Chavez winning. He was chopping the fuck up. He was chopping Brandon Rios up. They gave Brandon Rios that fight. And I fuck with you, Rios, but Brandon, he was fucking him up. And they never even had a rematch. Because that lets me know. They both was doing dirty shit.
So Diego Chavez is the wild card.
Is the wild card at the welterweight.
Were you impressed with his performance versus Keith Thurman, even though he lost, obviously?
Hell yeah. that's why Keith Thurman was saying he wanted to see Errol Spence fight Diego Chavez, is because he know that shit was a tough fight. Motherfucker can fight, man. He has every wrinkle of boxing. He could box you on the outside. He could slip you. He could fight you in the pocket. He could fight you all the way on the inside.
Who'd you have winning the Tim Bradley-Diego Chavez fight? Because they said it was a draw, I think.
I had it a draw.
That was fair?
Yeah, that was fair. I will have to watch it again. I had it a draw, though. I haven't been watching a lot of boxing lately. I've just been watching Canelo. And I haven't been watching boxing at all lately. I've been watching like the fights that come on, but I haven't been studying it. But I'll usually just study Canelo. Because we have kind of like a similar style. You know, so I've just been watching that.
Speaking of Canelo,